Welcome in. That special election is less than a month away now. And tonight we take a closer look at another element of the proposed 1% sales tax increase.
So if the sales tax does pass, the Wichita Forward Group is looking to revitalize Century 2 and also build a new performing arts center downtown. Cale Chapman spoke with Visit Wichita and also people downtown about the two plans. Cale.
Mike, Rachel, the Wichita Forward plan calls for $250 million to be used here at Century 2 for revitalization and an expanded convention center. It also calls for $75 million of the money raised through the sales tax to go towards the construction of a new downtown performing arts and events center. I spoke with Visit Wichita and with people in downtown to see what they have to say about these plans.
Don't do it.
I mean, it sounds good, but I think it's a no.
Many people downtown with opinions on the Watch Wichita Win sales tax plan for Century 2 and a new performing arts center downtown.
Put your money somewhere else. Not here. Help the community. We need it more. Everywhere. West side, north side, south side. We all need help. Not Century 2. Century 2 is being wasted. They need to turn it into something different.
The plan calls for $250 million raised from the sales tax to go towards revitalizing Century 2 and another $75 million to go toward building a new performing arts center. But Visit Wichita says with that money for upgrades, the convention space in Century 2 could finally get up to modern standards.
Subdividable space, adequate pre-function meeting space, the ceiling heights, electrical floor planners. So there's many things that make a facility industry standard, and our facility today is not.
President and CEO of Visit Wichita, Susie Santo, estimates with those additions, Wichita could bring in $32 million a year from conventions.
Our research shows that people do want to come to Wichita if we had the right facility. So this facility would allow for national meetings and conventions to come, and those visitors bring their dollars.
But for many in Wichita, those additions on top of a whole new downtown facility is too much.
Currently, right now, we're not utilizing Century 2 and Interest Bank Arena to its full potential. I can understand if we were selling out stuff, we were packed. I think it's a no.
Now, the deadline to register to vote prior to the March 3rd election is tomorrow, Tuesday, so if you plan to vote, be sure to get that done. Mike, Rachel?
Cale, thank you. The Wichita City Council will continue its conversation of guardrails if the 1% sales tax is approved. That'll happen tomorrow night during a town hall at the City Hall chamber. The guardrails are for how the money would be collected, divided up, and then spent. The meeting will start at 6 o'clock.